you ever noticed that massively successful people have this incredible energy that they exude everywhere they go? It's almost like they're this magnet. They're magnetic, and people want to be around them and help them and support them and be a part of their team or be a client or just find some way to move that person's mission forward, to help that person and their team achieve even bigger and better results, to make a greater impact in the world. And because I've been studying what's it take to be massively successful for the past 20 years, it started in athletics. I was obsessed with how can you be the best athlete possible and perform at the highest levels. And then eventually it moved into career and business. And how can people just tap into the fullness of who they were created to be? And I've noticed this about successful people. They all have this ability to, when they show up in a room, make you feel like you just want to be around them. And you might be thinking, well, that's just for those really ultra successful people. Like they just innately have that ability, and so that's why they're successful. But the truth is, you and I and everyone can develop this, and what I call it is energy of success. We can all develop energy of success, but we have to understand that there's a framework to it. And I really believe that there's 4 specific things that anyone can do, and you and I can do it too, to develop energy of success and become that magnetic personality that other people want to be around and other people want on their team and other people want to support and help and move our mission forward. Because I believe if you really do work on developing energy of success, you will accelerate your success faster than by doing virtually anything else. And you might say, JJ, that sounds a little bit crazy, but by the end of this video, once you know the 4 E's of this framework, I really am convinced they're going to be like, yep, that's something that I certainly can do, and you're going to be excited by it. And so I want to dive into the 4 E's, but before I do that, I think it's really important to understand why energy of success works and why it matters. And there's 2 parts to this. So the first part I'm going to explain to you with a quick little story. So I remember years and years ago, I met with an individual, let's call him Steve. He started an incredible business from the back of a napkin in a garage and took it to a global enterprise. And to give you an example of how successful this business has been, they sell their products to companies and organizations around the entire globe. And to also give you an idea for how successful the business has been, he has a $10 million private jet. And I don't share that with you to say, wow, look how cool he is, but to share with you that this isn't just a random person. It's someone that actually has proven successful in business over 4 decades in length. And so I was sitting down at lunch with him. Again, let's call him Steve. And I was sitting down with Steve, and I'm like, man, this guy's super successful. I just want to know, what does it take to be massively successful? Again, back to my question that I've been asking for 20 years is, how can you achieve at the highest levels in anything that you do? And so I just asked him, Steve, what's it take to be so successful? And he looks at me, and he says, JJ, as high-tech and automated as my business becomes, and his business is very high-tech and automated, and as high-tech and automated as this world becomes, and we know that to be true as well, business is today and always will be about people. He then said, people are our most important resource. And you know this to be true just as much as I do. Because when he said it, I had this aha moment, like, that's so true. Not like, oh, I wonder if that's true or not. Like, I know it instinctively, and you do too. So if success in business or life generally is about people, what does that actually mean? What that means is it requires more of the right people to accomplish big dreams and goals. So if you can attract more of the right people into your life, you can accelerate your success and achieve even bigger goals. There's an incredible book by a guy named Sean Acor who wrote a book called Big Potential. And he positions it as different to small potential. Small potential is what you can accomplish on your own. Big potential is what becomes possible by working with and through other people. And so it's not just about like using people to get to your goals. It's about collaborating with people in a way that helps all of you create even more value in the world for even more people. And so if we realize this truth, that if we can get more of the right people onto our team or a part of our mission, then we can accelerate our success and achieve even bigger things. Then the next question becomes, how do we attract more of the right people into our life? And we've got to ask ourselves a question like, who do you want to be around? Who are the people that you want to invest time with? It's the people that are doing exciting things, people that are positive and hopeful and inspirational, people that make us feel like we can come alive, people that make us want to be better. In fact, not only better, but our very best. They inspire us to want to be more, become more, do more, achieve more, and contribute more value in the world. And so that's where energy of success comes into play. Because if success requires more of the right people on our team or in our life generally, and to get those people around us, we have to become a certain kind of person. This framework then, these 4 E's are the 4 E's that will start to make you a magnet to attract more of those right people so you and they can all accelerate success and achieve even more in your life. So the very first E is Envision. Most people, and I've talked about this in other videos, most people don't actually know what they want in their life. They don't have a vision for what they want life to look like in 10, 15, or 20 years. And because most people don't have a vision, when you come along and you have a big, bright vision of the future you want to create, people will be drawn to you because of that. Because if the vision you have for your life is something other people can look at with you and be like, wow, that's amazing. I want to be a part of that. Or better yet, they can see their own vision for life as a possibility within the context of your bigger vision, then they'll be attracted to your vision. Because when people can look at what you see in the future and get excited by it, that will make them want to be around it. So the first thing you have to do is you've got to envision a bigger, better, brighter future that other people will want to be attracted to. They'll want to be a part of it. But by the way, you're not supposed to create a vision for other people. You create a vision for what you want life to be like, what you want your business to be like, what you want your life to be like, what you want your career to be like. It doesn't matter if you're an employee within an organization or you're the founder, CEO, or leader. Everyone who wants to exude this energy of success must have a big, exciting vision for their life. You're no different. I'm no different. We've got to be able to see into the future. So if I was sitting right next to you right now and I asked you the question, what's your vision for the next 15, 20 years? Like, what does life look like? What's an ideal life situation or scenario? And you're like, well, I don't know. Then you got to get to work on this thing. You see, I find that way too many people don't actually do the work of working on their vision. And so people say it all the time, well, I know I'm not good at seeing the long-term vision. And I'm like, how often do you work on the long-term vision? And they say, well, I don't, until you just asked me just now, JJ. Well, that's why. It's like you can't go to the gym never and then think you're going to get strong. You can't sit at home, sit on the couch, watch television, and then think you're going to get jacked. Like, it ain't going to happen, friend. But if you get off the couch, you go to the gym, you run the laps, you lift the weights, you can get stronger, you can get better. Same thing with your vision. The bigger the vision, the more exciting it can be for other people. The more exciting it is for other people, the more you will become a magnet, the more you will develop this energy of success. And by the way, these 4 components build on each other, but if you do even one of these 4 things, you will start to develop this energy of success. Like if you don't do these 3 things and all you did was envision a bigger, better, brighter future for yourself and what you want to create and do and what mission you want to serve, that'll work wonders to make you a magnetic person that other people want to be around. Because most people don't have this. And if you can craft a vision that gets other people excited, they'll want to be a part of it. But the second thing you can do to develop this energy of success, expect. And I've got other videos that you can find here on my channel about the power of expectation, but to expect is to create reality. Like, we get what we expect. I heard the great Myron Golden. Maybe you follow him on YouTube. He's got almost 1 million followers. His business does 14 million of annual revenue. And he says that expectation is a superpower. And I completely agree. I've also heard a billionaire say that you absolutely get your expectations. You see, here's why. And I'll go into more in depth in other videos, but let me give you a snapshot. You absolutely get your expectations because think about it this way. Let's say you're a salesperson. Even if you're not a salesperson, play along. You can imagine this. Let's say you're a salesperson and you go to knock on someone's door to sell them a marker. And before you knock on the door, you expect the person to slam the door in your face. You expect that the person's going to be mean to you. You expect that they don't want to see you. You'll expect that they don't want to buy the pen or the marker. And so you go with that kind of expectation. How do you show up when you knock on that door? Do you knock with passion and enthusiasm and excitement and a smile and a great attitude? And like you want to be there talking with that person? Or do you show up like tentatively knocking on the door, slouched over, no energy, bad attitude? You're just like, I came here to talk about this marker. Is someone going to want to buy a marker from a person that does that? No. You absolutely get your expectation because your expectations drive how you show up in the world. It will strongly influence the attitude, the mindset, the energy that you show up with. And so if there's one thing that could change your life, it's start to expect really good things to happen for you. It doesn't mean that things will be perfect every time, but what it means is you will set yourself up for a higher probability of success in anything and everything you do. And think about it this way. As I said a few minutes ago, if success requires people, who you want to be around? People that expect really amazing things to happen, and they're excited, they're enthusiastic, they've got a great attitude because they expect that amazing things are going to happen for them? Or do you want to be around people that expect the world to crash and crumble and burn to the ground and like nothing's going well and life's going to be terrible in the future? Who do you want to be around? You want to be around people that have that positive expectation of life, of what can happen today, of what can happen in the future. And so if you can start to develop this expectation superpower, you will be a person that other people want to be around. So start to expect that really great things are happening for you. And you might say, well, JJ, how am I supposed to expect that if I haven't seen it? And by the way, if I expect it and it doesn't happen, now how do I handle that? Just keep expecting really great things to happen. Now you might say, but JJ, that sounds delusional. Well, I referenced in another video that I made a great quote from the book Rewire. It's around here somewhere. Quote from the book Rewire on page 20. Richard O'Connor says, I might be butchering it, but here's the essence of it. Happy, confident people are slightly delusional. Happy, confident people are slightly delusional. Now, the truth is, all of us are delusional in one way, shape, or form because we all see the world through our own lens of the world. So nobody sees the exact same reality, and what that means is we all, to one way, shape, or form, have delusion about what the world actually is. And so my encouragement to you is embrace this concept of being slightly delusional, which means you're optimistic about the future regardless of what's happened in the past. And if you can be optimistic and hopeful and excited for a bigger, better, brighter future, again, back to vision, and expecting that the future is going to be better than the present reality, then guess what? You will be the kind of person that inspires hope and belief and faith in other people. And who do we want to be around? We want to be around people that help us to see a bigger, better, brighter future. People that help us to feel like the future will be better than our current present reality, because the vast majority of humans feel a little bit stuck or maybe slow in their progress and not where they want to be, and they're irritated or frustrated even just a little bit. Most of us have that to some extent, especially if we're driven, ambitious individuals. And so if you can help those people that are feeling stuck or slow in progress to see and believe in and expect that the future will be bigger, better, and brighter, then guess what? You will become a magnet to those people because they'll want to be around you. Then the third thing you can do, number one, envision. Number two, expect. Number three, and I'll explain this one in a second, embody. You've got to embody the right emotions because we are all emotional beings. And emotions are the things that people feel when they're around us. What are the feelings and emotions that you want to experience most in your life? I mean, legitimately, think about it right now. Joy, happiness, aliveness, passion, enthusiasm, excitement, joy, gratitude, awe. What are those emotions that you want to experience? Because I can almost guarantee you that most of the driven, ambitious people that you want to attract into your life, they want those same or similar types of emotions as well. I've heard Tom Bilyeu explain, and if you don't know him, get out from under the rock, but he built a company called Quest from $0 to $1 billion in like 5 years, and now he's just blowing up on social media because he's given so much amazing value. But I highlight that to say another really successful person who says life is a game of brain chemistry. And what he means by that is all of us do things to get a certain brain chemistry to occur in our lives. And that brain chemistry are the feelings of joy and excitement and aliveness. And personally, I believe that it's way more than just brain chemistry. But to give you an example, like that's what we want. Most of us are searching for feelings that make us feel alive and excited and passionate and like life matters and like good things are happening. And so here's the thing. Because we are so wired as humans to be interconnected social beings, we're actually wired to feel the feelings of other people. That's called empathy, which you've probably heard of before. Empathy simply means that we feel the feelings of other people. And if people feel the feelings of other people, what that simply means, and let me just say it directly, I know you can catch this, but let's be direct about it. People around you feel your feelings. People around you that you invest time with, they feel the emotions that you're embodying when you're around them. So what are the emotions you're embodying? And you've got to get crystal clear on what those emotions are, because if they're emotions you want to experience more, then they're emotions that you've got to embody, because as you embody them, other people around them, as you're feeling them and embodying them, will feel them too. And people want to be around people that help us to feel a certain way. And so if you're the kind of person that shows up with joy, excitement, enthusiasm, passion in everything you do, you're going to start attracting more people to you. Why? Because people are going to say, I want to be around you. I want to be around that person that makes me feel joyful and excited. Like I had someone one time introduce me at a conference to, he was a friend of mine, introduced me to somebody who's standing next to him. And this guy's like, wow, you got a lot of energy. He's like, I thought I had a lot of energy. You got a lot of energy. And my friend's like, yeah, every time I get around JJ, I feel more excited about life. And I'm like, that's what I want for myself and for the people around me. Like, I want to embody that excitement, that enthusiasm, that passion, that aliveness, because I want people to associate those great feelings with being around me. And you can do the same. And you might say, well, JJ, I'm not an emotional person, and I don't want to be super excited, enthusiastic. And JJ, you seem like you got a ton of energy. I don't know if that's my thing. Well, guess what? If you want to accelerate your success and have this energy of success, which you can, you got to start training yourself to know your brain, your nervous system, your body, to know that you embody these emotions. And this is who you are. By the way, you can choose this as part of your identity. Don't wait and just expect like, well, this is how I am. I'm stuck this way. This is how I handle emotions, and this is how I show up and live. I mean, you can do that, but guess what? Good luck making changes in your life. Good luck embodying the energy of success that's going to allow you to attract more of the right people, to be a magnet to opportunities and humans that can help you accelerate your success. You got to get over yourself. You got to get over where you are today and start embodying these emotions that other people will be attracted to. And then you got to do the fourth thing, which is express. You've got to, number one, there's two things to this. Number one, you've got to express these emotions that you're embodying, the joy, the excitement, the aliveness. Like if it's in you strong enough, if you feel and embody enough joy and enthusiasm and passion and aliveness, then guess what? It'll come through you. Because whatever's on the inside of you will ultimately come through you. Through the words that you speak, through the way that you show up. It will exude out of every pore of your body. It will radiate from you if you embody it strong enough, but you've also got to be intentional about expressing it. And I don't just mean in the feelings that you show up with, because people feel your feelings regardless of whatever you express verbally. But man, you also got to find a way to communicate that you're feeling excited and joyful and grateful for life. You got to find a way to express the vision that you have, your expectations. You've got to express and communicate all of these things so that people can know for certain that you are the kind of person that they should be around, that they should want to spend time with and help and support, because they know that if they get around you, their dreams will become reality. As Zig Ziglar said, if you help enough people get what they want, you can have everything that you want. And if you develop the energy of success and you envision, expect, embody, and express, not only will you get more people around you to accelerate your success and get you closer to your dreams, you will help all of these other people who are getting around you to move closer to their dreams as well. So friend, this is not about being selfish. This is not about you just being like, well, how do I get people around me to help me go to my next level? This is about you getting people around you so that you can go where you're meant to go, so they can also get to where they're meant to go. It will benefit everyone who gets around you. And if you believe this, then everything can change. And so friend, if you're a leader or someone that has a corporate event or conference coming up, and you really believe this message could resonate with your people in your company or on your team or at your conference, I'd love to come and do a keynote speech to talk about this a little bit more in depth. I've got stories and examples. I shared it at a national sales summit recently with an organization, and they absolutely loved it, and I just would love to be able to come and serve your group, your team, your organization, your company, or those folks that are attending your upcoming conference. I promise I'm a dynamic, exciting speaker, if you can't tell from what I've delivered so far. So email me at the email in the description of this video and let me know you'd love to have a conversation about the possibility of seeing if I'm a right fit for your upcoming corporate event or conference. I'd love to have the conversation and see if I can serve you and your team at an even deeper level with this content or any of the other messages that I get to share right here on YouTube. And if you've loved this message, please come back for more, because the purpose of this channel is to uplift, inspire, encourage, and empower people just like you to tap into your fullest potential and thrive in every area of your life so you can succeed and use your gifts and talents in a major, big, meaningful way to help even more people accomplish their goals as well, to make this whole world an even better, brighter place. Friend, whatever you're going after, refuse to settle for anything less than your greatest potential, and just keep going. See you next time.